All right, the 4 tips I use when I'm minimizing are, number 1, I think, what do I want this space to be used for? What's the function of it? Number 2, I always approach it with 2 bags, a trash bag and a donate bag. Number 3, if you forgot that you have it, you don't need it. And number 4, for the things that are really hard to let go, I always bring a quarantine bin so I can think about it. When I think about the purpose of this closet, what I want it to be is a place where we store things that we don't use that often, but we still use, like our luggage, our vacuum. Well, we do use that. But things that we maybe don't need to get access to daily, but we still need them. The second tip is that I borrowed this from the Minimal Mom. She's amazing. I always approach these minimizing projects with 2 bags, 2 black bags. One is for donation and one is for trash. Next, if you forgot that you have it, you don't need it. We really haven't deep cleaned this closet since we've moved in for about a year. So I'm assuming there are a lot of things in here that I just don't need. If I forgot that I have it, I've been living my life just fine without it. And number 4, every once in a while, I come up with things that are just hard for me to get rid of right away. I don't know what it is, but it's like psychologically, I just need a little bit of time to process letting it go. I'll give you a perfect example. When I was minimizing my makeup, I had these Clinique Take the Day Off cleansing towelettes to remove makeup at the end of the day. I mean, I spent money on this and I did use them sometimes at first, but for some reason I was just having a hard time letting it go. So I just kind of quarantined it for about a week, and I just kind of thought, like, do I really need this, and do I use this? And so about a week afterwards, I decided, you know what, I really don't use this. And I have a family member that I think might like it and might actually use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this to them. And now I don't feel bad about it. I'm sure about my decision. So if there's certain things, which for me are very few and far between, that really, really trip you up of should I keep it or should I not keep it, sometimes I quarantine it for about a week and process, can I donate this? Do I need to sell this? Do I need to give this to someone, or do I really need to keep it? When I do this, about 90 to 95% of the time I end up getting rid of it. So maybe I should just go ahead and get rid of these things. But for me, it really does help to quarantine it for a little bit of time, for about a week, for those things that I'm just really not sure about. So that's what I do. Now we're gonna get started here. I have not pre-cleaned this closet at all. This is actually what it looks like. There are a few things I need to move to other areas, another closet that I've already cleaned out. I now have more space there. So I think I'm gonna move some of our emergency food storage to the other closet now that I have space over there, because it's a little cooler and it'll keep the food better. So let's get started. Another tip, when thinking about should I donate this or should I sell it, if it's worth more than $50, $40, $50, then I might consider selling it. Otherwise, it's not worth my time.
I have been looking for this mic since we moved in. I finally found it.
All right, I literally have all these shoes I haven't worn in a year, so don't need them. I might put these in the quarantine bin. This is a fall thing. I'm just not sure. One of our family members had a lot of extra toilet paper from 2020, so they just gave it to us. So I'm gonna go put this where we can find it when we need it and use it. I am highly allergic to dust, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a mask on, otherwise I'll be coughing for 2 days. This is a system that worked well in our old house, but it's not working here, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate it. I'm embarrassed to say that we have not one, but 2 flat screen TVs sitting in here that we used in our old house because it was a much bigger home and we just don't use. So I'm gonna go ahead and list them right now in Marketplace so I can sell them and be done. All right, let's show you the end result. What I have is emergency water, which I can now see that I actually probably need more of that. We have a whole stack of files and papers that I need to go through. I didn't want to stop our progress by going through all this right now. So I just went ahead and made myself a stack of things that I need to look through. I will probably get rid of a lot of this. We have our luggage back here. I was able to stack it inside of each other, so that's all we have. That's all the luggage, one inside the other. I have 2 TVs here that I've listed for sale on Marketplace. So I went ahead and left them here so they'll be easy to get rid of. If I can't sell them relatively quickly, or if it becomes not worth my time, I'll just donate it. Up here I have my preserved wedding dress. Definitely didn't want to get rid of that. I do have a couple of office supplies that I like to keep up here because basically the kids can't reach them. So they actually stay put. And then up here we have our emergency grab and go bag, which is an evacuation kit just in case we ever needed it, ready to go. I did find a couple of things that don't belong to me, like this that I borrowed from my mother. I'll return to her, that I'll give to my dad. So I don't need this. I know that he probably can use it, so I'll give that to him. And then I did find a couple of things that were pain points for me. Well, basically two things. The first thing is my very beloved guitar. I used to play guitar and write songs about a decade ago. I love this thing so much. I've had it for a very long time. I'm not ready to get rid of it, so I'm just gonna think about it for a while. Hey, Bob. You okay? All right, this is my second pain point. It's an organizer I actually had made for me on Etsy. I spent a lot of money on it, and it worked really well in our old house, but in our new house, it's just not working. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it yet, so if I could use it somewhere else, so I'm just gonna think about it for a little bit, and that's my pain point. And with that, I think we wrapped up our closet clean out. We have about a half of a bag of trash that was just in here. I moved some of our emergency supplies to a closet that doesn't get as hot, and some of our memory bins, which maybe we'll talk about in another video. Now, some of you guys might say, well, that doesn't look very minimal. That's still a whole thing of luggage, and you still kept your old wedding dress, really? But this is kind of a first pass through for us, and for right now, I think that this is pretty good. We also ended up with about a whole trash bag of donation, as well as a big luggage piece and a few other things. Those went directly into our vehicle so that next time we're out and about, we can stop by Goodwill or our local donation place and quickly donate it easily without having to move anything else. And as I process things and I'm ready to get rid of more things, then I'll do so in the future.